Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something that is quite literally on everyone's mind right now. We're going to take a really objective, data-backed look at how artificial intelligence is actually impacting job security. There's so much noise and panic out there, you know? So let's just cut right through it together and look at what the facts are actually telling us.
70%. I just want you to let that number sink in for a second. Back in April of 2023, data revealed that generative AI directly resulted in 70% of video game illustrator jobs being wiped out over in China. That wasn't some doom and gloom prediction about the year 2050. No, that was an immediate, massive hit to a really highly skilled creative field. It's honestly the kind of stat that hits you right in the gut and makes you think, well, is my job next?
Section 1. The AI automation wave, beyond niche coding.
So if we pull back and look at the whole enterprise landscape, it's pretty obvious this automation wave is not just hitting one specific industry. You look at platforms out there like True Foundry, right? They're building targeted AI tools that touch basically every single department in a modern business. We're talking customer support, finance, IT operations. Actually, scratch that. It's pretty much the whole corporate structure. From marketing to HR, it is fundamentally rewiring how these teams operate on a daily basis.
And the technology driving this, it's just staggering. We've totally moved past the days of AI just crunching numbers in a database. Thanks to these massive leaps in deep neural networks, AI is generative now. These models are spontaneously spitting out text, audio, images, fully rendered video, and even super complex software code. All these tasks we used to think absolutely required human intuition.
Section 2. Creative industries strike back. Organized pushback.
Naturally, when tech moves at this breakneck speed, the pushback is fierce. And to really grasp that panic, we just need to look at how crazy the timeline of 2023 was. In January, you had the tech site CNET getting caught using an AI tool to pump out articles. By April, bam, that 70% drop in Chinese illustrator jobs we just talked about. And then, by July, the whole thing boiled over into the massive Hollywood labor strikes. Writers and actors essentially shut down the entire entertainment industry, demanding real protections against AI creeping into their fields.
You could really feel the anxiety. During those strikes, SAG-AFTRA President Fran Drescher got up there before the press and said, "Artificial intelligence poses an existential threat to creative professions." And honestly, that is such a powerful, urgent statement. It totally validates the very real fears of these creatives, writers, voice actors, people who suddenly felt like their actual voices, their faces, and their entire livelihoods were about to be swallowed up by rapidly learning machines.
Okay, so this brings us to the million-dollar question. Is AI actually shrinking the job market as a whole? We've seen the localized hits, we've felt the emotional weight of it all, but to really understand what's going on, we have to zoom out. We need to look at the hard, macroeconomic data.
Which brings us to Section 3. What does the data say? Macroeconomic impact.
Let's take a totally impartial look at what the latest labor studies are actually reporting. And honestly, when you put the widespread fear of mass unemployment right up against empirical reality, well, the results are kind of surprising. A major 2025 U.S. labor study from the Yale Budget Lab concluded that, so far, the U.S. labor market has seen basically no discernible disruption from generative AI. Yeah, seriously, despite how crazy good these tools are, that total macroeconomic collapse everyone was terrified of, it just hasn't shown up in the data yet.
And there's this super fascinating study out of Denmark that helps explain why. Researchers actually tracked workers who were using AI chatbots in their everyday routines, and what they found was that these people were saving, on average, about 2.8% of their time. So they weren't getting replaced by the AI, they were just getting a tiny bit faster at doing their jobs and offloading the boring, repetitive stuff.
Which leads right into the absolute biggest takeaway from that Danish study. Even with that saved time, there was no significant change in their earnings or the hours they worked. The time they saved didn't mean they lost wages or got sent home early on a Tuesday. This points to a really crucial idea. Right now, for your average knowledge worker, AI is acting way more like a fancy efficiency tool than an engine for pure human replacement.
Section 4. AI as the gatekeeper, modern hiring funnel. Let's shift gears a bit.
Because job security isn't just about keeping the desk you have, right? It's also about how you even get your foot in the door for the next one. Take a look at the modern hiring funnel today. You send in an application, and nowadays, your very first interaction probably isn't with an HR manager. It's with an AI. In a lot of places, algorithms are literally standing at the front door, screening your voice, judging your tone, and deciding if you're even worthy of talking to a real human being. No pressure at all, right?
But there is a massive documented flaw in this whole automated gatekeeper setup. Because a lot of these voice recognition models are trained mostly on standard American accents, the software messes up all the time. It frequently mistranscribes candidates who have uncommon accents or maybe a speech disability. So what happens? Highly qualified, diverse candidates are unfairly getting tossed out of the hiring pool by a machine before a human ever even sees their name. It's a huge wake-up call that while AI is super efficient, its blind spots can really mess with job accessibility.
Section 5. Autonomous AI, the enterprise future. Let's look ahead.
So, where is all this actually heading? To see the future of work, we have to talk about LLM orchestration. We are moving way past those basic little chatbots that just answer simple questions. Today, big enterprises are using orchestration frameworks to basically hook multiple AI agents together. They're building these multi-agent systems, handing these bots the tools, the memory, and the skills to run complex, multi-step workflows totally on their own.
And the massive tech players are going all in on this. Take IBM, for example. They are pushing something they call the agentic enterprise. This is AI graduating from a fun experimental pilot into something with governed real-world impact. In this setup, AI isn't just a piece of software you click on. The AI acts as an active agent that organizes tasks, monitors systems, and literally drives intelligent automation across the entire company.
Which leaves us with this final, really provocative thought to chew on. We've seen that AI hasn't completely crashed the job market yet, right? For now, it's mostly just saving us time. But as these frameworks mature, as these AI agents learn to run entire enterprise workflows autonomously, how is your specific role going to evolve? Seriously, is your next coworker going to be an algorithm? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep learning, stay curious, and we will catch you next time.